My name is Oniyechi Ekumankama. Super, always happy to be here with you. Happy New Year to you. Hope your year started off to a great note. Fantastic. It's a few minutes past 7 a.m. and you know that on Saturday mornings, that means it's time for Relationship 360. My guest is here. His name is Olumide Kayode Omoshibi. He is a lawyer and the CEO of Gnosis Help Initiative. So in case you are tuning in for the very first time, welcome to Relationship 360, where we delve into relationship issues. All right, without further ado, let's hear from my guest. And we have another guest in the studio who you'll be hearing from soon. So we like to tease you a little bit. So we're going to pause on that. But Mr. Olumide, since last year, wow, is that how life is? I've not seen you since last year.
Happy New Year, Olivia.
Happy New Year to you too.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, 2023. We have come. We have arrived. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in again, starting the year with us. This is 2023. Like joke.
Like joke.
And we pray that I hope everyone has their voter's card, their PVC card, because this is the year we will vote. So please, this is an addendum. Please vote. Exercise your civic rights this year. And your vote is our future.
Yes.
The next 4 years.
If you haven't gotten your PVCs, collection is still on, so please make it a priority to get it. All right. Today, are we going to tease in? Do you want to do a recap of last year? Is that a huge ask because so many things went down.
Year.
Of course, of the last year, the previous year, so many things went down in the previous year. So many things to talk about. That's a huge task. 20 marks, just 20 marks.
52 weeks.
And now 20 marks.
52
just,
weeks.
In 2 minutes.
Well, last year was.
I've given the barrister assignments this morning.
Last year was just for knowledge. What we do is so that we do not repeat the mistakes of our fathers and our children do not repeat our mistakes. Knowledge, they say, the good book says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. The good book says wisdom is the principal thing. You see that it places more premium on wisdom, knowledge, than any other thing. So last year was the year of knowledge, how we got to know more about domestic violence and abuse, how to choose various, what would you call it, fallacies that we've been told over time. That is the summary of last year.
All right.
Welcome to this year.
All right. Welcome to this year. Today we have a brand new topic, and today we are talking humble beginnings. Humble beginnings. So allow my guest to give us the intro before we delve into every other matter of the day.
Okay, humble beginnings. This is in response to those, the particular question that keeps coming. When I met you, you had nothing. When I met you, you were nobody. You know, I made you somebody and now you are behaving this way. Lots of women will call and tell me when I was with him, when he had nothing, I supported him, I did this, I did that. Lots of men would say, I brought her from the village, I did this, I made her, sent her to school. Now, the problem is there is a switch. So, I have not really discussed this, but I appropriately titled it Humble Beginnings. So the word humble is an adjective, which means it describes a noun. The word humble has two different interpretations. Humble is the opposite of pride, the direct opposite, which according to yourdictionary.com, meekness or modesty in behavior, attitude, or spirit, not arrogant or prideful. Britannica defines humble as not proud or thinking yourself better than others. Now, this definition of humility describes the character of a person whose social status, whose social class is below mine. Now, I would give an answer from the toll and statistics that we have. This happens more to women than to men. But now it seems the men are also on a rampage. Can I be with someone who is below my net worth? Can I be with someone who is poor, has almost nothing, has no income? Can I help a person who is of a lower social status or help establish someone by marriage? Can I marry a poor person and help sustain or raise the standard of a person to my standard? Let us look at the word poor. The word poor is also an adjective that describes a noun. The Oxford Dictionary describes poor as lacking sufficient money to live at a standard considered comfortable or normal in society. Poor is also defined by Cambridge as having little money or few possessions, or lacking something important. Merriam-Webster defines poor as lacking material possessions relating to or characterized by poverty, less than adequate, meager, and small in worth. Can I marry someone below my social class or standard? Ladies and gentlemen, the foundational truth about character is that you cannot know the real character of a person who does not have money. You cannot know the intention of someone who does not have. When you are the source of livelihood or daily bread to a person, then it is impossible to know their intention or their character. Money and comfort is what pronounces the real character of a human being. So the problem or illusion begins when you think that someone from a humble background is equal to a person having a humble character. That is a lie. That is a fallacy. Situation and character are two different things. The person's social condition and the person's character are two different things. The problem is that you think that when someone is from a humble background, the person must have a humble character. That is a fallacy. You say he is God-fearing because he is always in the church or the mosque praying all the time, or is a worker in church, he prays a lot, he's kind. Listen, a lot of people are in church because they don't have money yet. They don't have the means of income. Let them have money and see how often they come to church. Let them have money and see how humble they are. So that is the problem. Let them be established. They open a shop, send her to school, especially the men. They now let them graduate and then get a job. Then you start seeing the true character. You pay her bride price from the village and bring her to join you in Europe or America. Then you will begin to see real character when she's with you in Europe or Canada or America. You are the woman, you help him, he did not have anything. You would give him transport money, you would help him, he would come to your place to eat, sit down at your shop. He didn't have anything, but you helped him. And how can you know the character of the person who cannot afford to show his character?
I feel like somebody should write that down.
You cannot know the character of a person unless and until he's comfortable enough to show you their character. So the problem here is a lot of people going below their social class, thinking they would raise someone up to their social class and then have a live happily ever after.
So are you saying it's better to just marry within your class?
Marry within your social class.
But what
if you are a worker, marry a worker. You don't marry someone who does not have. Or you wait for him to have before you commit your life to.
What if you genuinely don't care about that, you just really like this?
And then you suffer the consequence of your likeness to see whether your future will be based on the foundation of I like him. You can help someone without marrying the person. Why do you think that help
equals marriage?
equals marriage? If you feel the person is nice, you like the person, you can help the person without committing your life to the person. It almost always does not end well. 98% of the time, would you find someone from a humble background, when they now have money, still remaining humble? I can give you all our politicians who came from humble backgrounds. Can you approach them today? No. Some even have the audacity to take the entire pensions of the country and flee, send others into poverty with their rising. You don't know what desperation is. Have you seen a monkey arguing with the banana tree? No. The hungry monkey will climb the banana tree with respect because he doesn't want the banana to fall. They will climb it. Nobody fights with. Have you seen a hungry man arguing with a pot of soup? Have you seen a hungry man arguing with a check? I've seen people refuse check. I have not seen a hungry man refuse a check. The issue is that you cannot know character when there is poverty, especially to a benefactor, to someone who is helping. You will wake up, they will clean your car, they will do. You cannot entrust your future to someone who is not tried. The only way you can know the character of a person is to give them money. Now, this is the problem. Why a lot of people would tell me that I knew him when he had nothing. I supported him. I paid the rent. I borrowed him money. I'm currently on a matter where the woman met him, he had nothing. Till today, he still has nothing. For 23 years, she has been the one feeding. He lives in her house, clothing him, giving him money. Just some years back, she found out that right under her roof, he had gone to marry another woman. Yes, he has 2 children. With the allowance she gives him, he used her car to go and marry another person. The issue is that, listen, to some people, you are a means of survival. That is all. You are a means of survival. So when you are what they look up to eat, to clothe, to move around, to even have some distinction in society, where do you think they will be rude? Why do you think they will not be submissive? Their loyalty is to your means, not to you. Their loyalty is to what they can get from you and not to you. But by the time you now make them, you bring them up. Look at this. Several men have sent girls to school, and when they graduate and got a job, the girls broke up with them, saying, thank you, well, you also enjoyed me, but I can't marry you, because now they are your equal, or now they are educated and you are not educated. A lot of this happens a lot in the East, when men would leave the town and decide to go to the village and bring someone that somebody just told them is a good girl. The person that told them is a good girl did not give their own children the good girl to marry. The person that told them she's a good girl never dated them before. You see, you never know the character of a person until you are related to them or you are married to them. So these people that keep telling you, he's a good girl, why? Because we live in the same area. When she passes in the morning, she greets you good morning. She will bend down well. I told you of someone who was referred to, this girl is good because she has a shop and the girl comes to buy provisions from her. She recommended to her cousin that was looking for her that I have this good girl. What made her good? Because customer that had. And that was the worst mistake of his life. By the time they started having problems that, he had to go to the village, the kinsmen said, before you married her, why did you not come to the village? Nobody marries from that family. They are an outcast. Why? Because they are known for fights. They are known for all kinds of rascality. None is in their matrimonial home. They marry, they come back. If only you had come to find out. So that tells you, ladies and gentlemen, don't marry below your social. Listen, if you are working, let me explain to this so that you understand me correctly. When you are working, marry someone who is working or has a business or is also working. You can earn more, but as long as the person is also working and earning his own side, if you are earning 450, there's nothing wrong in marrying somebody that is earning 250, because that person also has money and can sustain himself. But not that you are working and then you have this boy, this man that is in church, and they, oh wow, and something is going on. I've been getting calls from some people who are pastors telling me that they are looking for work. I didn't understand until yesterday. One shouted that, are you not the one that told us to go and look for work? Oh, I now said yes, I studied geology. There was one that called me and said he studied geology. That is hot. And you left and said that you had a call and you resigned and you went for nothing.
I'm sorry, why are they calling you? Do you give out jobs?
No, the issue is that now they need jobs. You see, when you're looking for something.
So why are they coming to you? I'm sorry, why are they not channeling that to the right places
They
where
are
they will
going
get jobs
now.
Except if they're just
They
confiding
are
in you,
dropping
telling
their
you
CVs
fair.
everywhere. There is a saying in Yoruba, that is, when you are looking for something, you look for it even where you know it is not.
Okay. You never know anyways.
So you never know.
In most unlikely cases,
a lot of people just think I know
I mean,
people.
try your luck.
But
What do you have to lose?
Yeah, what
right?
do you have to lose?
Right.
But, I don't really know, people that much except practice.
You don't say.
Yes.
So if I look for trouble tomorrow, I don't want you to ask you. It's you that will call. I'm not asking for anybody else.
Ladies and
goodness.
gentlemen, marry within your social class. For the men that went abroad, that are abroad, they sent messages that they are looking for, and they brought somebody from the village who has no, work experience, who probably, and you just say, don't worry, I'll bring her to my level, and you now take her to Europe and America. You know what they are suffering over there. There are about 8 men last year that sent videos to me of how they were ejected from their own homes by women that they brought from Nigeria. They went below. They went below there, and I'm looking at it that where is the platform? Where is the foundation of this relationship? He said, after I brought you from the village, why did you bring her from the village? Why did you not go to the city and get someone who already is working, who has her own thing? And then you have women who supported, who did this, who did that, I did this, I did that, and today. So
I mean, you get responses when you ask questions like that. You get responses like, because the ones in the village are easier to control. I think someone even sent that a comment like that the day you addressed this on the show.
Yes.
And it's interesting because you think the one from the village is easier to control. They are bringing an and you see what you see.
Now you will now
so there's so many fundamental issues.
The issue is that
here.
some people they are not fit enough to marry. When you are looking for someone to control, you go and get a pet. You go and get a dog. I have some for sale. You go and get a pet, not a human being.
And even if you want somebody from the village for whatever reason, why are you marrying her immediately? Date her first.
There's so many things that are
why are you
wrong.
marrying as if they maybe, I don't know, maybe some people, I think they do give them ultimatums. By this time you must have married. Sadly.
Who is giving the ultimatum?
That's a conversation for another day. But regardless, honestly speaking, it's why rush into it? Date and find out what you're about to sign up to for the rest of your life.
This is the problem. Women, stop marrying below your social class. Sorry. The only thing that will happen to you is a shock surprise. When that social class that is below is now comfortable, is now up to your level, has now gathered some reserves that is able to now display, can afford to display their true intentions and character, you will be in shock. Now, without further ado, I have someone in the studio today Hello, Madam Bisola.
Good morning, sir.
Good
How are
morning,
you?
everyone.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Of course.
So, could you just introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Abisola Adushinara.
Mm.
I'm a graduate of University of Lagos, Industrial Relation and
Great
Personal
Management.
Okay, let me just stop you there. We have about 10 minutes for this.
Yeah,
Can you just tell
in a few
me?
minutes. We'll
we're
go to
going
break
on a
in a few minutes.
few
We have some
minutes.
time. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So, could you just tell us what you went through?
Okay. I would say it's a very sad experience with my husband because when I met him, we met during a job interview in the bank, and we became friends. And afterwards, I resigned from the bank to pursue my own business because I prefer to do business, and the banking job wasn't really my thing then, the stress and everything, targets and stuff. So I had to resign because planning for my future, I wouldn't want a situation where I'll get married and I won't have time for my family. So, and I think the business is my thing. So this guy I met at the bank, which eventually I married, he had nothing. He also resigned from the banking job too. So I was doing well in my business, so he had nothing. So he was looking for jobs and everything. So when he got an offer in Owerri then, so that was 2014, no 2013, when he got the job offer, he said he wouldn't go that way, it's far, blah blah blah, he doesn't have money. I said no problem, you should go, that I will sponsor the whole thing. So I sponsored him. He didn't tell his family because he was having issues with his sister. She's well to do, but she's not ready to help him. So I sponsored the what's it called, for the interview. I sponsored him. When he got the offer, I sponsored him again for the interview and everything, and he started training school. So I was the one giving him transportation for the training school and everything. Before then, he usually come to my store to sit and gist with me, and when he's going, I'll even give him money and food stuff for his parents because he was only complaining, we are eating this, we are eating that. I'll be like, what is happening? Is your sister's not helping her? Because he has 3 sisters. He's the only son. So when I got pregnant before we got married. So I was like, okay, I told his parents, and they were like, no, we are pastors, so God forbid, pastor's son impregnating someone before marriage and everything, that you have to go and abort. I was like, I was almost 30 then. I was like, no, I'm doing well, I can take care of myself and my child. So I said, no problem, that I will go. But the mistake I made was that I didn't tell anybody what my supposed in-law said, because then if I had told someone, maybe somebody would have told me that no, this is a red light to just take to your heels.
That is telling you to abort.
To abort.
The parents told you to abort.
Parents. Yes, because they are pastors. Both of them are pastors. Pastors.
And it cannot be heard.
That their son. But they saw me coming to their house and everything. They didn't say anything.